So Nolan was born 5.5 weeks early and was in the NICU for about 3 weeks. And when he came home, we noticed that something was a little bit different when he was about 2 months old, that he was not developing on the same path as our other son. And so we reached out to early intervention and he was accepted into that program. And over the course of the next couple of years, he made some improvements with his muscle tone, but his speech really wasn't coming along. And as he aged out of early intervention, we really struggled finding a therapy that would really help him, that he would make a good connection with. And we tried a couple different places, and he was diagnosed as a selective mute. He really wouldn't talk, and when he would talk, it was really difficult for him to be understood. So Nolan started at Special Strides in October, and he had very limited verbal skills. At home, we could understand maybe about 25% of what he would say, but he would not speak to people outside of our home. Our immediate family, he might say, milk or something very basic, but he really wouldn't communicate with anybody, and most people can understand what he would say. So even after the first 2 sessions Nolan had here, there was a dramatic difference in the way that he was able to communicate with us. He started building a lot of self-confidence and trying to talk, where before you could tell that he wanted to talk and it would stay in his mouth, but once he started therapy here, all of a sudden the things were able to start coming out of his mouth, and his confidence in trying to communicate with other people just started growing. For us at home, it's made a huge difference because he's been able to regulate his emotions a lot better because he can talk. And so where before Special Strides, we could maybe understand 25% of what he was saying, now it's about 75% of what he says we can understand. And for people outside of our immediate house, I would say went from basically 0 to anywhere between 25% for people that don't know him that well, up to 50% with their extended family can understand what he's trying to say. And just today, he actually called my dad on my phone and had a conversation with him, which he has never done before. Like, he would have little bits of words here and there come out, but he could never have back and forth conversations with somebody, especially on a phone. But his self-confidence and his willingness to try has just been phenomenal, and that's definitely, from being here, working with Susie and Christine, they've been just so wonderful. He's had other therapists before, and they really didn't understand him as a person. It seemed more like they just used their script of, this is what I do with a child that has a speech issue, or this is what I do with a child that has a physical development issue, versus Susie and Christine work with him as a person, and that's the thing that makes the biggest difference.